Josh Hart with a 3. Knicks within 4 late. But Kyle Lowry always seems to do this against the Knicks, no matter who he plays for. A big 3. And Philly is able to hold on 79-73. That's a season low in terms of scoring for any team in the NBA this year. 73 points. Great to have you with us, Bill Peter, along with Wally Zerbiak from our Delta MSG studios from the Garden. So Orlando had the league low here. 74 points
2 days
on
ago.
Friday, and the Knicks 73 tonight. 32.5% shooting. They go like 20% from 3. It happens, but how do you explain what we saw tonight?
Welcome to NBA basketball. This is how it is. If you don't take care of business, especially on your home floor, and come prepared, ready to play, the other team is going to just punch you in the mouth, and there's no way you can get up from the canvas. And that's exactly what happened tonight. Nick Nurse, that's why he's an NBA championship winning coach. He rallied his guys. They've been playing terrible of late. No Maxey, no Embiid, 0-7. We've been talking about that statistic. They can't win a game without those 2 guys in the lineup. He told his guys, listen, hit these guys first. See if we can hang around in this game. Let's get after them defensively. Let's make them uncomfortable on the offensive end of the floor. Let's hit them. Let's grab them. Let's pressure them. And the Knicks did not shoot the 3 well. 9 for 40 from the 3-point line. You're not going to win a lot of NBA games when you don't shoot the 3 ball well.
So was it the aggression of the Sixers and the defense of the Sixers that caused all these problems for the Knicks?
It was
offense?
absolutely the aggression. From the point of attack, they were challenging the Knicks to beat them off the dribble. They were pressuring up on passing lanes. They were pressuring up on the ball individually. When the Knicks did turn the corner and did get an advantage, their coverages were absolutely outstanding. Their help on pick and rolls, their switches with aggression. That's what it was all about. When they switched, they didn't just sit back and let the Knicks get comfortable dribbling the ball. They switched to pressure the ball and to get the Knicks retreating and moving away from the basket. As a result, the Knicks did not get good looks at the basket. They got 43-point attempts, but they were not high-quality attempts. They were all challenged. They were all physical. And then on the boards, I'll tell you, the Knicks did a decent job getting some offensive rebounds, but underneath, Paul Reed and company, they were really tough down there. They did not let the Knicks dominate physically.
All right, a rare off game as well for Jalen Brunson, maybe because of the aggression that you're talking about in terms of how Philly played against Brunson, went only 6 of 21. Take us through the fourth quarter. Obviously not a lot of scoring. Knicks were never able to get any momentum going at all.
I think why Jalen was off a little bit was the respect he has for Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a veteran who knows how to win, and when you see him on the other side, you kind of think about some of the shots that you take. This was a little skirmish where DiVincenzo had enough. Kelly Oubre just kind of bumped him to the ground, and DiVincenzo grabbed his leg, and then a little skirmish. I like the fight the Knicks showed. I thought the Knicks played with a lot of effort, but at the same time, Philadelphia played with even more effort, and that's what got them the victory. Jalen Brunson with that and one there cut the game to 7, but they just never could really crack it. You know, that was a huge shot by Josh Hart, and that was cut it to 4. And that's when Lowry just next possession said, all right, you cut it to 4. You feel like you got something, guys? Well, I'm going to push the lead back to 7. And then the Knicks did not execute down the stretch. I thought if this was going to be a close game, they would have a chance. But Jalen Brunson just did not have it going tonight.
All right, again, at 33% shooting is a season low for the Knicks. Go down to the bottom, 21 turnovers. They're high for a game this year is 22, so 21 turnovers didn't help. And we've talked, and you mentioned, Wally, 9 of 40 from downtown. Philly wins at 79-63. 79-73. So when you look at the scenario now with no Maxey and no Embiid, you mentioned that we talked about it in the pregame, 0-7 without their stars. They get this win. And Mike Breen made the comment during the game that Nick Nurse called his team out the other night for lack of effort. And whatever the case may be, Philadelphia was able to get the win. Monica McNutt now joins us. Monica helping call the game on ESPN Radio 98.7 FM. What do you think, Monica? What did you see from your vantage point?
So usually I love being right and rubbing it in people's face. Today I hated being right, and the comment was for me and my keys on the radio was that the Knicks needed 4 quarters of focus because this is a team coming in trying to restock when it comes to pride. And we hear Coach Tom Thibodeau say it all the time. You don't get to the NBA by happenstance. You can play ball. So even though they were missing their 2 all-stars, all-stars. They had a combination of veterans, hungry guys, guys with length and athleticism that wanted to come back and get right after a very disappointing performance for them versus the Pelicans.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a lack of focus for the Knicks. I agree with when Wally said it too. This was a hard-fought game, but the offense was not easy. And I give credit to the Sixers because of how hard they played in this game from the very beginning. They basically told the Knicks, we don't think you can beat us off the dribble. We're going to play you one-on-one, and it's up to you to beat us off the dribble. And they didn't get into the paint. The Knicks took more threes than shots in the paint, Monica.
Oof.
Like, that tells you everything you need to know about this game. And if they had made a bunch of threes, you wouldn't even look at that stat.
Right.
But it stands out because they weren't able to convert inside the paint. They did not really get to the free throw line as much as they normally do, only 16 free throw attempts. And everything was from the outside, and they just didn't have anyone going from downtown. We have a shopping cart right here behind us. The Knicks were shopping for buckets in this game. Came up empty. There was nothing on the stocks tonight.
Golly.
Aisle 4, we got nothing for you.
Literally, the wheel is
shelves
janky.
are empty.
It's the one with the wheel, something wrong with the wheel, it rattles down the aisle.
Sticks,
It's just
it makes
terrible.
that noise, whatever
Terrible.
it is. When they were out of stock.
What'd you guys think about Kelly Oubre? I thought defensively he really established at the beginning of the game that length was going to bother Jalen Brunson. What'd you think about his game, just kind of leading the charge for the Sixers?
So my buddy Kay Scott is the on-air play-by-play artist for the Sixers, and I've heard her talk about Kelly Oubre as the guy that gives this team some grit, some nastiness, right? He wants that opportunity, and I actually had their game on Christmas Day, and he was the guy that kind of stepped up in the absence of Joel Embiid alongside Tyrese Maxey. And so to me, Kelly Oubre embodies, if you give him the runway and the opportunity, I believe he's averaging 25 points per game when Maxey isn't available. If you give him the chance, he's going to capitalize and take advantage of it.
Yeah, and again, it's part of the length that you throw at a team like the Knicks, and this is what the Atlanta Hawks did. It was kind of the same thing. The amount of length you can throw at the Knicks and disrupt them and keep them out of the paint and the athleticism. But I still feel like this comes down to the fact that Philly knew exactly what was going on tonight. And oh, by the way, if you're scoreboard watching, which we all are, this is the time of year we do it.
That's what makes this
Miami
suck.
lost.
I know. That's
Cleveland
what makes this
lost.
one think. Oh.
Orlando lost.
Yeah.
This was an opportunity for the Knicks that they missed tonight because they couldn't get it going tonight. So when you think about it, Miami and Orlando and Cleveland are going, well, the Knicks lost too.
Yep.
So not too bad. And that's just what this time of year, it's fun to scoreboard watch, but nights like this, not as much.
Right.
All right, but hey, we have these guys. Well, the Knicks have these guys coming up in 2 days.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts with how they might learn from this game and come out a little bit differently on Tuesday against this same exact team?
Well, I thought, Wally, there was room for this team to attack, right? They to Allen's point, it's not necessarily the primary or the first initial penetration. I think they have the opportunity to create, though, with more than one.
Yes.
There's a couple of times in the first half where Josh cuts off of penetration. He's moving. They can't account for him. He gets some easy baskets. We know that they like to attack that baseline side and then spray the basketball, then move off of that. So fine. If the first penetration is not effective, I think they're going to have to play in the paint a little bit more. And flat out, y'all, you got to hit some threes. You just got to hit some threes.
That's the other part of it, too, is 9 for 40 is not something that, again, the Knicks are a good three-point shooting team. They do shoot the three well, but you have nights like this, and again, the Atlanta game stands out to me as well. Another night, a lot of threes went up, but not enough of them went actually in the basket. And we saw last night, the last game, what happened against Orlando. First quarter, everything went in. It got you off to a good start. So it clearly is a tone setter for you. But I'm with you, Monica. I do think there was opportunity to finish with a 2 in the paint, and a lot of times the Knicks would either hesitate or kick it out. The Sixers don't have Joel Embiid. There's not like shot blocking out there for them that you have to worry about the rim. But yet it seemed like they were too hesitant to score in the paint. So if I'm looking for something on Tuesday night, Wally, I'm looking to see if the Knicks grind it out more in the paint and try to play a little bit more of that type of a game to finish more in there, soften it up, like you like to use that phrase, that allows them the three-point shot to come into play.
Okay, Monica, Allen, as always, we appreciate it. Interesting here. The last 3 games from 3, Wally, and Allen touched on it. Against Atlanta, 16 of 52. Against Orlando, the Knicks go 16 of 33. And tonight they go 9 out of 40. Was the shot selection an issue, or are they just not going in?
It was a little bit of both. They did not generate good offense. the key for coaches to get good shots in the NBA is you want to touch the paint. You want to break down the defense, get the defense into scramble mode. I don't think the Knicks did a good job of penetrating the Philadelphia defense, and as a result, they were taking a lot of contested shots.
Brunson from downtown, 1 out of 9. DiVincenzo tonight from downtown, only 3 out of 12.